Today, we dive into a tense congressional hearing where questions about deportations have sparked serious concern. Congresswoman Slotkin confronted Secretary Noem, asking whether American citizens or legal immigrants have been wrongfully targeted. The answers revealed potential overreach and gaps in due process, leaving serious questions about how immigration enforcement is being handled. Stay tuned as we break down what happened, why it matters, and what it could mean for everyday Americans.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you for being here. You know, Michigan's a border state, so we need each other. We have a very big bridge that's being inaugurated, ribbon cut in September. We need that to be fully staffed. We have a lot going on in Michigan as a northern border state, so we need each other. But what I'm concerned about is that you've taken the mandate to close off the border beyond going after, as you say, the, quote, most dangerous illegal immigrants. I'm a CIA officer. I worked my entire life to protect the homeland. If someone's here illegally, they need to not be here. They've committed a crime by being here. They need to go back to wherever they're from. But my concern is that either through sloppiness or intent, you have gone far beyond going after the, quote, most dangerous illegal immigrants and gone into legal immigrants who were given the ability to be here, and even American citizens. And when I think about that, you know, there are lots of people in this country, including me, who have families who fled this kind of environment where they have no rights, where they have no due process, where they don't have habeas corpus. So while I'll be the first to say, coming from a state that was won by Trump, that there is a mandate to do something about the border, I think it is absolute dangerous overreach to go beyond that and start picking up American citizens and people who have the legal right to be here, lawful immigrants who have done everything right. So first and foremost, do you acknowledge that your department has made some mistakes, any mistakes, in going after either American citizens or legal immigrants here in the time that you've been in office?
We have not deported any U.S. citizens.
Detained?
Or people get interviewed. If they get interviewed and they go through that process and we find that they're U.S. citizens or legal immigrants, they stay in the United States.
Have you deported
we have to go through the vetting process.
Have any American citizens, including children, been deported during your time in office?
We have children that mothers have chosen to keep with them. So those
by my count, you have 10 American citizens, including children with cancer, who have been deported out of the country. I understand you're saying it's their choice.
But the mothers,
it's hard to imagine a small child having a choice. But have you gone after legal immigrants? Again, your standard in your opening statement was the most dangerous illegal immigrants. Does that include PhD students and master's students at colleges across the country, unarmed? Are they the most dangerous illegal when they have status and no weapons?
I don't decide who gets status through a student program. The Department of State decides that, and we enforce it.
Oh, come on.
That's what our Department of Homeland Security does.
I just would offer that, again, I have no qualms with going after folks who are here illegally. That is not my concern. That was part of my job, was to prevent people from coming here illegally in a former life. My concern is you're sending a chill down the spine of America by going after people who either have legal status or American citizens. And when my colleagues ask you about habeas corpus, and you say, literally, we can review the tape, that you believe it's a right the president has, you sat here in front of all of us and swore an oath to the Constitution, and that is not at all what habeas corpus is. It is a right that we all get, that American citizens get, that people who are in the United States legally have. So my concern is it's complete overreach. I don't think American citizens, even those who voted for Trump, believe that you should be able to just grab someone off the street, sloppy, who has the legal right to be here, and certainly an American citizen. And I just am concerned that while you say you're going after the most dangerous folks, what you're actually doing is going after folks for political reasons, right? A PhD student that's
we are
unarmed
absolutely
is not
doing
at the
that.
top
And we're not
of the
deporting
list.
U.S. citizens, and we're not deporting
Well, 10
people
of them
who
have
have
been
legal
deported.
status here.
10 American citizens
If the children
have
have
been
gone
deported.
with their parents, it's because their
let me
parents
ask you
wanted
another
them
question
with them.
about cybersecurity. You know, you've cut $500 million from the budget. What specific programs are you cutting? Because there are programs that really aid states and locals that we depend on for cybersecurity. And we know that right now, while we may have good security in the federal government, if you are a local state official, you're depending on the federal government. So have you cut the ISAC program, the program to states and locals on cybersecurity?
The president's recommended budget has a reduction in $491 million.
Does it cut that program? I've heard the
and what
talking
it's
point.
doing
Does
is putting
it cut the
CISA
program?
back on mission.
And
it's
you can't say
ensuring
that this is the most
cybersecurity is going to be strengthened.
You cannot say it's the most cybersecure administration if you're cutting the program to my state and to your state.
It will
and if you
be
look
when
on
we-
record, that's what you've cut. I yield back.
Time has expired. Senator Hawley.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Noem, good to see you.
The exchange between Rep. Elissa Slotkin and Governor Kristi Noem during this congressional hearing goes far beyond a simple discussion of border enforcement. It exposes the tension between enforcing immigration laws and protecting the constitutional rights of U.S. citizens and lawful residents. Slotkin, drawing on her extensive experience in national security, pressed Noem on whether her department had mistakenly targeted American citizens or legal immigrants. This is a crucial point because it touches on the very foundations of a democratic society, due process, and the rule of law. Deporting someone who has a legal right to be in the country, especially children, is not just a bureaucratic mistake. It is a profound violation of trust between the government and the people it serves. Slotkin's questioning highlights the human side of immigration enforcement. When Noem insisted that children accompanied their parents voluntarily, Slotkin pointed out a hard truth. Young children cannot make informed legal decisions for themselves. By framing the issue this way, viewers can better understand how the legal system is meant to protect even the most vulnerable members of society. It's not merely about enforcing laws, it's about ensuring that every action taken by government agencies aligns with the principles of fairness, justice, and human dignity. Beyond individual cases, this hearing raises awareness about the broader implications of enforcement overreach. Slotkin emphasized the chilling effect on communities. When lawful immigrants see aggressive enforcement that can mistakenly target them, fear spreads, trust in government erodes, and civic engagement declines. It's a powerful reminder that government policies do not exist in isolation. They ripple across communities, affecting the everyday lives of millions of people. The hearing also touched on issues of resource allocation, particularly in areas like cybersecurity. Slotkin questioned budget cuts to critical programs supporting state and local cybersecurity infrastructure. This demonstrates that decisions about law enforcement and immigration are interconnected with national security and public safety. Cutting funding in one area can weaken defenses elsewhere, making the government less capable of protecting citizens from emerging threats. For viewers, this is an important lesson in how complex governance really is. Every policy decision has multiple layers of impact, some of which are not immediately visible. This exchange also serves as a case study in accountability and transparency. Slotkin's persistent questioning shows the importance of oversight in a democracy. Citizens have the right to know how government agencies exercise their powers, and whether those actions respect legal boundaries. This is an opportunity for viewers to learn that oversight is not just a procedural formality. It is a safeguard designed to prevent abuse, protect rights, and maintain the integrity of public institutions. Finally, the hearing provides a larger lesson in civic responsibility. By paying attention to these hearings and understanding the real-world consequences of government actions, viewers can become more informed participants in democracy. Slotkin's questions are an example of how lawmakers can challenge overreach, protect individual rights, and uphold constitutional principles. For viewers, this is an invitation to engage with public affairs, hold officials accountable, and understand the impact of policy decisions on everyday life. To fully grasp the implications of these hearings and understand the broader political and social context, it's essential to stay informed. Subscribe to Left Lens to get in-depth analysis, breakdowns of complex issues, and commentary that helps you see beyond the headlines. Here, we make sure you don't just watch the news, you understand it, you learn from it, and you're empowered to think critically about the decisions that shape our country.